I love sitting down here. I feel like I'm talking to a friend, which is delusional because I'm talking to myself and a viewfinder. And I don't like myself that much. Anyway, you know Rule 34? You know Rule 34. Porn. You know porn. So we're going to take a step down from that today. We are going to be respectfully exploring the idea that animated corporate robots need love, even if they can't love you back. This may remind you of your father, but we're going to need to set those issues aside today. Just picture this. It's an unlikely scenario, but just like dig deep into your imagination for me. You are scrolling on Tinder and you come across a cog. I told you it would be unlikely, okay? But I need you to understand. Do you go on to marry this guy? Robot? Do you give him a chance, swipe right, do you swipe left, or do you immediately file a restraining order? That is the question that we're going to be answering today, because I have amazing taste in men, so you can trust me. You can't trust me, I just lied. I lied, I'm sorry. Now let's not dilly-dally any longer. These cogs won't date themselves, alright? We have some swiping to do. Now we start with the ambulance chaser, and I'm sorry, but this guy, he's just so unremarkable. Like, he is so incredibly unremarkable that I would forget that I saw his profile as I was looking at his profile. Left swipe. Sorry, buddy. The backstabber. Kesha wrote a whole song about why it's a bad idea to associate with this type. But impressively, this guy, he doesn't even try to be nice to your face, okay? He's the exact type of guy to have something stupid like, if you don't want to hear the truth, swipe left in his bio. This man, he thinks he's a real catch, and he is, if that catch is an old boot. He won't even hurt you in an exciting way. He'll just hurt you. Left swipe. Now the bean counter. I think that's the bean counter. Anyway, he has a twin, the downsizer, but there seems to be some family drama going on there. They're not even on the same team. I don't know if that's a red flag to you or not. But other than that, he's honestly just an accountant caught up in some bad business practices. I feel like there might be a good man in there, deep down, somewhere. Right swipe. The big cheese. He looks stinky. Like, I'm sorry, but has he showered this year? This century? Ever? Literally ever? I'm just saying, if your skin is the color of freshly pressed olives, something is incredibly wrong. And you should probably address that before hopping on a dating app. Also, trypophobia, ugh, immediate left swipe. Now the bigwig, this guy looks official. This guy is 100% on Tinder looking for a sugar baby to pay like 10 grand a month to and cheat on his wife with, but only on dinner dates. Like, he won't even hold your hand. It's all for companionship. Honestly, it doesn't sound like a bad deal if you're cool with being a homewrecker. That's a right swipe. I mean, the bloodsucker is literally Edward Cullen, and I'm not into that, personally. Even though I would look tan next to him, which is a plus, I just can't deal with the whole vampire thing. Sorry, restraining order. The bottom feeder sounds like he eats ass, which might be a plus to you. He's got a bit of a shit attitude, seems a bit stuck up, but he might be fun if you give him the chance. We don't know him that well. Right swipe. The CEO, listen, if you need a big boy, this is your man, right here. Well, he makes a bunch of money and he spends all his time either working or golfing. So you literally don't even have to see this man. You can just exist in his mansion. Go like online shopping with his credit cards, you know, he won't notice. He's rich. Just don't take his last name when you get married. Nobody needs to know. That's marriage material. The CFO, on the other hand, this dude can't even look both ways before he crosses the road or the train tracks, which is worse. Like, who raised this guy? A blackbird? It's embarrassing. I'd be embarrassed to be seen with him in public. I would. Like, you gotta hold his hand while he crosses the road? No. He can come back when he's learnt basic life skills. That's a left swipe. The CJ, he's a big time lawyer. He probably has some cool stories, but he doesn't really seem like the type to share his stories or to think about anything other than money, ever. And he's a lawyer too, so he probably wouldn't get anything out of a divorce or a life insurance policy. He's too smart for that. Yeah. He's just a vapid old man. Left swipe. The cold caller. Listen, this man's job is making phone calls, but he would still say that he just forgot to call you. Like, oh, sorry, babe, it won't happen again. Yes, it will, asshole. I was waiting by the phone all night. Fuck you. But I do think he might be fun for like an emotional roller coaster of a situationship, you know? That's a right swipe, just to try it. The double talker, this man will not let you get a word in. Only females are meant to have two sets of lips, okay? He's got too much going on entirely, and he won't let you tell him that. Like, you simply will not get the chance to tell him that. It's probably a Gemini. Left swipe. The downsizer sounds minimalistic, right? He sounds like the type of guy that could live in a van with 6 kids that all sleep in shelves resembling like how bodies are stored in the morgue, you know? Again, the bean counter, family drama, but he seems like he's kind of run away from all that. Not the nicest guy in the world, but he could be worse. I'll give him a right swipe. The flunky, I feel like I know this guy. Don't you just feel like you know this guy? This guy, he works a boring corporate job and he smells like cheese, and as soon as he gets home, he starts gaming and eating Doritos, and that's all he does. He has at least 2 kids with his previous wife, who he sees like maybe once a month, but he pays his child support on time, so he thinks he's a great dad. Now, he would love to game with his kids, but his ex-wife won't let him. He hates his ex-wife, and he hates women, and his life. Left swipe. The glad handler, this dude is your average emotional eater. He's just a big soft teddy bear with emotional issues. You see that big smile? That's because he just ate a whole pack of Oreos with milk to mask his sadness. It's all a distraction. This is a sad sad, sad man. And I'm not saying I'm any better, but I am saying that we would be toxic for each other. I think you could make it work with this guy though. He's just damaged. Lock the cupboards and he might be marriage material. This man, on the other hand, the headhunter, he goes to the gym 8 days a week and his diet literally consists of only steroids. That's it. He's like that guy from Cuts the Button videos. You know the guy. He is looking for a gym partner who will also touch his no-no square. If you're into fitness, I could see him being a right swipe. And by fitness, of course, I mean fitness dig in your mouth. The Mr. Hollywood, this guy has a dazzling smile. Like, he looks very charming, but your gut will tell you that he might be, like, too charming. He will absolutely conquer Hollywood, for sure, but he is containing so much anger behind that smile. This man is tense. He's the type to meet you on a movie set, date you for 3 months, and then murder you in cold blood when you try to leave him. Restraining order. The legal eagle. This dude has a whole beak. He is literally physically a bird. I know that these are all cogs, but we're still drawing the line at bestiality. We have to draw the line somewhere. I would just swipe left, but I feel like if he found out that I swiped left, he would like fly through my window at night while I'm sleeping, like the winged, hooved devil, and like maim me in my sleep. So I'll go restraining order just to be on the safe side. The loan shark. Bro looks like a Dorito. Bro looks like Phineas from Phineas and Ferb when he's forced to go out and get a corporate job and he realizes that he doesn't get 104-day summers anymore. This is what would happen if Phineas got busted by Candace, okay? This. He's got a bad attitude, but that's because he's jaded by life, you know? I feel like you might be able to bring some fun out of him. You just have to get past the head shape. That's a right swipe. The micromanager, this dude is like a small dog that barks too much as compensation. You know what I'm talking about. He is a little baby man who will say, no, you can't go out for lunch with your girlfriends tomorrow because I want to feel like the big man in charge. This dude will tell you the exact date that you two will be getting married on your first date. And he will love bomb you even though you've said like all of 3 words to him. Like, how could he possibly love you? Save yourself the trauma, babe. Left swipe. The mingler, this girl, ugh, she is scary. She will tell you that she loves you and that you can never leave her because she'll offer herself if you do, while she's cheating on you with her ex. But it's fine because she's doing it. So if you call her out on it, she will gaslight you, she'll accuse you of looking at another woman, and then she will chop your dick off while you sleep. And she'll do it with a smile. Everything. Restraining order, man. The money bags, this dude is rich with a dad bod. All he's gotta do is turn that frown upside down. We've got to win it. Give him a chance. Right swipe. The mover and shaker. Listen, this bro has a pedo stash. And none of his colleagues gonna tell him that it's weird. But this guy is just, he's a little too happy and too charming and too touchy, especially for a dude with a pedo stash. He's nearing restraining order territory, but he's just not unhinged enough outwardly to warrant that. Who knows what's going on in his head though? That's a left swipe. Okay, the name dropper, listen, she did herself up. She's got the lipstick, she's got the earrings, she is looking good, she is looking fierce. This lady just got hired for her first corporate job and she is ready to take over the world. Literally. At any cost. She will kill. We love a boss woman. We love a gate like gas keep girl boss. What? Work will come before you 100% of the time and she will only smile once every like 3 to 5 business days. But if you're into pretty ambitious women, check her a right swipe. Now the number cruncher, I have a soft spot for this guy for some reason. This guy is a dedicated partner who will help your kids with their math homework. He's a decent man. He's been tainted by his career, but if you would like get him away from his colleagues for a while, like go on a little 2-week vacation with him, you'll see a better side of him, I promise you. He hates his job, but he needs to make money. He's marriage material. The pencil pusher, this man has a stick up his ass. I mean, look at him. Like, God forbid you put the tomato sauce in the wrong section of the fridge. He will throw you and the fridge away, because that's not right. If you forget to say, I love you at the end of a phone call, he will call you back up again just to tell you that he never actually loved you, ever. Left swipe. Okay, the penny pincher? No, we're not doing that. This guy will sit there with $1 million in the bank, telling you to make your own iced coffee at home because Starbucks is too expensive. If you want to live a life, do not settle for this man. It would be okay if he knew how to have fun, but he doesn't. He literally just sits there frowning and he fully intends on being buried with bags of money that he never spent, just in his coffin with him. It's not worth it. Left swipe. The corporate raider? What is with this costume, dude? The only way I can think to explain it is that he like pirates every movie that he watches and like he thinks he's really cool for it and he's not scared. He's like, yeah, I'll show them. Oh, the FBI are gonna come knocking on my door? Well, I'll be in costume. Waiting for them. This guy is way too loud and proud considering he is probably the type of guy to make like spaghetti with plain noodles and like drizzle tomato sauce from the bottle on top of it and say it tastes just as good as like getting it at a restaurant. And if you try to voice your opinion, he will just talk really loudly over the top of you until you give up. Left swipe. Stupid costume, man. The rubber baron, I think this guy is literally a convicted criminal. Like, that's not a sleep mask. It has eye holes. You're just a criminal. How this guy got out of jail and onto Tinder is beyond me. Just don't let him know where you live. Don't even let him know you exist. Quietly left swipe for your own safety. This short change? Nah, this man is cheap. He will take you to McDonald's for every date and think that he's being like generous. But he'll only take you there if you agree to walk there and back with him because it saves on fuel costs. And if you want anything more than a soft serve, you're gonna have to pay, babe. He will never love you as much as he loves his money. If he could marry his bank account, he would. Forget a wedding ring unless you want to buy your own. That's a left swipe. The spin doctor, I don't trust this dude. For one, he looks miserable. For two, he looks like he probably carves his initials into the liver of like everyone that he performs surgery on. He's like, this one's mine. He like brands them. He looks like he only drinks Mountain Dew from the hospital vending machine because he has no time for anything else. Because he works like 60-hour shifts, but it's not because he cares. This guy cares about one thing, and it's a paycheck. That's a left swipe. The telemarketer, I'm sorry, but this guy was the least popular guy in high school. And now he's 22 and looks like he's 55. Like, he will never peak. This job is the best job that he could get, and he is so depressed about it. Every night, and I mean every single night, he dreams of throwing his boss into a volcano and being promoted to his position. That is all he dreams about every night. He adopted a ginger cat for company, and he doesn't even really want to date, but he thinks it'll make him happy. It won't. It will not. Left swipe. The tightwad. This dude always looks and acts like he's just stepped on a bunch of Lego. Or like smashed his pinky toe into a table leg or something. He is the type of parent that would legally disown their kids if they stayed up 1 literal minute past their bedtime. Literally 1. And he has the money to splurge, but he literally just would rather not. This man is miserable for fun. Left swipe. The Two-Face. If the double talker is maybe a Gemini, the Two-Face is 100% most definitely a Gemini. So am I. But this guy would he would hit a cat with his car because he just didn't feel like slowing down. But then he'd stop the car and get out and like post a photo of it on the community Facebook page being like, just found this sweet girl on the side of the road with a little frowny face. And then he'd get back into his car and like rant and rave about how the cat ruined his day. This man has tea on everyone and he will tell you all about it, which is kind of fun, but he also has a lot of tea on you and he's just saving that for the right time. Honestly though, that like will he, won't he, what type of guy will I get today dynamic is just the right type of toxicity that keeps us ladies coming back for more. It's not a good idea, but right swipe. The VP. Listen, cream pies literally kill this man. He is not going to be very much fun. Also, if you like dyed your hair or wore a top that he'd never seen you in before, he literally might not even recognize you. He maybe needs to go to Specsavers, but he just can't be bothered making the appointment, you know? This guy has too many cons and not enough pros. Left swipe. The yes man. This guy has not an inkling of a personality. Oh, you like golfing? So does every other corporate elite. You're not special. Yes, he would probably agree to like dress in all pink and go see the new Barbie movie with you in cinemas, but he would literally agree with you on everything, which is incredibly boring. This man's idea of having a discussion is saying, oh my god, I love that too. Whether that be like chocolate ice cream or familial homicide, it doesn't matter to him. And honestly, based on his resemblance to Mr. Hollywood, I don't think homicide is too far-fetched of an idea for this guy. I'm just saying to keep an eye on him, that's all. He might be fun if you need a date for an event or like an ego burst, but probably don't make it a long-term thing. I reckon right swipe it though. Alright, well, let me know if you agree. I'm assuming you do, because I do have impeccable taste in men. Clearly. This was almost as fun as actually swiping on Tinder is, except it feels better because there's no consequences. Like, nobody's gonna send me a message. These cogs are all busy killing people. So I'm quite safe. Well, thank you for joining me today on, I guess this was rule 33. Everything on the internet is dateable to varying degrees, I suppose. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, it edged me. Come back. Also, I'll try to remember to link this in the description so that you can do your own, because I want to see your taste. Alright, thanks for watching, friends. Bye bye.